So, I want to talk about the word burnout, not because it's wrong, but because I think we've been using it as a catch all for something more specific, something that has a name, and the name matters because you cannot interrupt the pattern you haven't accurately identified. I'm Develda Edgington, pattern disruptor, identity translator. This is the Disruptor and Translator podcast. We started as the stabilizer, but quickly realized that's the outcome, not the work. I start where most people don't, with the mislabel, the pattern. Then I disrupt it. The outcome is stabilization. I just wanted to clear that up for my day one listeners. Let's get into it. The mislabel is burnout, or stress, or a lot going on, or I just need rest. I'm not saying those aren't real. I'm saying they're often the name we reach for when something else entirely is running underneath. Something that doesn't get fixed by rest, doesn't resolve with a vacation, doesn't go away when the hard season ends. If that's you, stay with me. There was a period in my life when everything was collapsing at once, not visibly. Externally, I was fine, showing up, delivering, being the person everyone counted on. By every metric that matters to anyone watching, completely functional. Inside, I was not fine. I knew I wasn't fine. Every signal in my body was saying not fine. And I was overriding every single one because I did not have time to be not fine. And then one day, someone who was supposed to know me better than almost anyone looked at me and said, "You look fine, so I'll assume you're fine." I remember the quality of silence after that sentence. Not dramatic, not shattering, just quiet. Because he wasn't wrong, technically. I did look fine. I had performed functioning so completely that the person who lived with me, who loved me, could not see through it. Not because he wasn't paying attention, because I was that good. That sentence cracked something open, not because it hurt, because I realized I had built a life where looking okay was indistinguishable from being okay. And I was the one who built it that way. I don't think my story is unusual. I think it is the story of almost every high capacity woman I've ever worked with. The woman whose performance reviews are excellent and whose interior life is a different conversation entirely. The woman who cried in the parking lot, pulled herself together, walked into the meeting, and nobody noticed because she has a system. The woman whose friends call her the strong one and mean it as a compliment, and she smiles and says thank you and doesn't say out loud that being the strong one is the loneliest thing she's ever done. She has a name for what she's living: burnout, stress, overwhelm. And I'm not here to tell her she's wrong. I'm here to add something. Here is the translation. Burnout implies depletion, and depletion implies the solution is replenishment, rest, recovery, refueling. But what I'm describing is not depletion, it's a pattern. You have been performing okay so consistently for so long that the performance has become indistinguishable from your actual state. You don't know where the performance ends and you begin. You've been okay so convincingly that even you started believing it. Rest does not interrupt a pattern. Rest restores a depleted system. It cannot interrupt something still running underneath the rest. That's why she came back from the vacation the same. That's why the good week doesn't hold. That's why she can do everything right and still wake up tired. The pattern is still running. One question before I go. Where are you performing wellness right now? Not where are you struggling? That's too big. Where specifically are you looking okay when something in you already said stop? Just notice it. You don't have to fix it today. You just have to stop pretending you don't know it's there. Looking okay and being okay have never been the same thing. You just got very good at making them look identical. I'm Develda Edgington. This is the Disruptor and Translator podcast. If this names something you've been living, Come inside the exhale. Link in the show notes. I'll see you next week.